I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Everyone that gets to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy SoDebNair, and I am back with another video. First up, I want to say what's up to all of my true viewers, and hello to all the new viewers. Guys, before we get into this video, I want to make sure we take care of all the business. So if you guys are here, make sure you have already subscribed to this channel, turn on notifications, and when you turn on the notifications, make sure you hit all, like the video, and share this video. Also, comment below, let me know what you guys think. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Before we do all that, I just want to know where you guys are coming from. I see Marcella, she says she's ready. Hey Mo, hearts and love and light. Simply Anna, and I think it is. Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Good morning, my babies. Hello from KY. Yes, like this ish, baby. Also, happy 4th of July. You know, I mean, I know you guys are getting ready to do your cookouts and everything from London. Hey, what's going on, boo? Blessings and good morning, everyone. Gracefully blessed. I was up last night and I was really thinking about this situation with Bill Cosby and Phylicia Rashad. And I was like, I'm going to go live tomorrow and do it. Bill is 90% blind now. Yes, absolutely. I do know that. But the reports are saying that he may be going on tour. And so I wanted to talk about that. But I also want to talk about Phylicia Rashad as well. So let's go ahead and get into this topic. So I want to know what's going on with Phylicia Rashad because she's really being a little creepy to me. And I'll tell you why. So back when all this stuff first started, Phylicia Rashad did an interview and they asked her, they said, at any time did you see anything inappropriate? She said, and she laughed at the beginning. She said, what I seen was fun, never anything inappropriate. What I saw was work and play at work and fun. Miss Cosby was a frequent visitor to the studio and she was there a lot. That's what I saw. And I was like, that didn't really answer the question, but okay, you know. It was kind of weird because it was like she almost didn't want to really answer the question. And then the interviewers took this from what she was saying. It says, forget these women. What you're seeing is the destruction of a legacy. And I think it's orchestrated. I don't know why or who's doing it, but it's the legacy. And then she kind of backtracked off of that. And let me see if I can pull up the audio for you guys on my phone. I'll cancel this.
That is not what I said. What I said is this is not about the women. This is about something else. This is about the obliteration of legacy.
Okay, so she's kind of like been backtracking a lot with what she says. And this was like 6 years ago when she said that. Pamela says CNN News is the one that reported it. Right. She's giving me, I'm going to sit beside him and stick beside him. And this is kind of what I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to leave that comment up. This is almost like, and I love that Marcella's been doing this. Basically, it's like, you know, let's talk about the Black family and the traumas that we've been through. And let's really kind of address these situations. And so this is a problem to me because it's like she wants to protect him, even though she knows that this is factually true. Because 60 women didn't wake up one morning and say, oh, we're going to all blame Bill Cosby for raping us, drugging and raping us. No, 60 people didn't wake up and do that. Even if it was just 5 out of the 60 women didn't wake up and just do that, right? And so then we have the new thing where he got out of jail. And thank you for the super chat, Marcella. Then we got him getting out of jail, and she made this comment. Finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. The miscarriage of justice is corrected. And this is the same thing that she did before. So it's like, well, what's going on here? And I think that because she's America's black mom, or for the black community, we don't want to hold her accountable, but we need to hold her accountable, right? To me, this is the problem when it comes to people and their families telling that, they have been raped or molested by someone, because you get people that are pillars in your family, like Phylicia Rashad, who say things like this, and it kind of discredits what you told. And so, I know that we all love her, and she's who she is and all that stuff. And, there's mad respect for her, but should we not hold her accountable? And in the comments or in the chat, let me know what you guys think. Should we hold her accountable for this? Because I don't feel like this is helping anyone who is looking from the outside and who has experienced this type of situation and wanted to speak out. Because if she's saying this, how confident can I come out as a black woman or a black man to say, this has happened to me, if we see Phylicia Rashad standing up for Bill Cosby saying that a wrong has been righted? That doesn't help anyone. And this is that black people, we sweep things under the rug situation. And it's horrible. It's it's a bigger picture than those women. It is a bigger picture than those women, but also those women are still a big picture. Them going through what they went through happened. And we can't not say that this didn't happen, because 60 women did not just make this up. Yes, she definitely should be held accountable. Her whole statement is to discredit the women who spoke up against him. Right. And so she put out another, good morning, everyone. She put out another apology. Again, every time she does this, she backtracks. And I guess now, because, maybe her job with Howard is in jeopardy, she's coming up with another one. And so Love B. Scott reported this, and I want to make sure I credit my sources. Love B. Scott posted, Phylicia Rashad sat down and wrote a sincere apology to Howard University students and parents on Friday after receiving tons of backlash for defending Bill Cosby's vacated sexual assault conviction and release from prison. She says, my remarks were in no way directed towards survivors of sexual assault. I vehemently oppose sexual violence, find no excuse for such behavior, and I know that Howard University has zero tolerance policy towards interpersonal violence, Rashad wrote, according to CNN. The Cosby Show actress and alumni of Howard University was appointed as the dean of the school's reestablished College of Fine Arts in May. Over the next few weeks, Rashad says she plans to engage in active listening and participate in training to not only reinforce university protocol and conduct, but also to learn how I can become a stronger ally to sexual assault survivors and everyone who has suffered at the hands of an abuser. Do you guys think that she would have said this if she didn't get the backlash? Marcel says, yes, she should have stayed silent. She apologized because it affected her students and her Howard University job. Exactly. That's how I feel, because if the backlash didn't come and everybody was on team Bill Cosby and her, she would have never to me personally, I don't feel like we would have gotten this apology. But because she's gotten a backlash and maybe her job is in jeopardy, now all of a sudden we're getting another apology because this is what she did 6 years ago. Marcel said the devil signed a deal to disregard his behavior. He mocked the victims. He definitely did. Tina says, I agree. Hello, everyone. Deanna Shepherd. So to me, we all love Phylicia Rashad. No one cannot say that we don't. But on the flip side, loving her doesn't mean loving her. Sometimes love is hard. And sometimes you need to understand that what you're doing or what you're saying affects other people. And her statement, that tweet she made, maybe she needs to not be on social media, or she needs someone to control her social media for her. Like, get this approved before you post this, because to me, that was very damaging for a lot of people, especially people who have been through sexual assault. Candace R says she's speaking from a relationship with him. It doesn't mean he did not do what he is being accused of. That was not her experience, and we do that a lot as people. We see this in families. I agree and I disagree. She can speak from her relationship, but she cannot say that a wrong is righted either, because a wrong wasn't righted. Because he still did do this, so the wrong wasn't righted. He just got out of jail. She shouldn't have apologized because that was her opinion. Okay. I can give you that was her opinion. I think she still should have apologized. I think she should have never even, she should have kept her opinion to herself. But that's my opinion. So yeah. Gratefully blessed, as she must be held accountable. In my opinion, she is setting women back from telling on their abuses in a timely. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel. And I mean, I guess being a person coming from a place of someone who's been sexually abused, that's what I got from that. It's like, well, I mean, you have to think of where she sits at with Black people as a whole. People looked at the Cosby Show as like the idea of what a Black family looks like. And we all watch the Cosby Show, and we look at her reads, and we look at the grace that she had and how successful that she was. I mean, she's on a pedestal when it comes to the Black community. So for her to say this out loud, to me, was irresponsible. Is it woman? Yes. It affects her bag. Yeah, because we wouldn't have got that apology. To me personally, I feel like that if she didn't do that. I mean, if she wasn't in the backlash. He got off because he testified a silver. Yes, he did. Marcella, gracefully blessed. Women see the rich will get away with most things. Look at Stormy Daniels. Exactly. Happy 4th of July. I know, yes, he did do that, but for her, she would look at that way. She would have kept quiet. I agree. True, a wrong wasn't righted. True, that was her opinion. As a woman to another woman, she was wrong. Absolutely. And two things can be true, right? So her opinion is her opinion, which makes it right because that's her opinion. But a wrong was not righted. Deb, a civil case where he admitted his guilt that he had by Quaaludes with the intention of giving them to women in their drinks without their knowledge for the purpose of being ATO, have sex with them. Yeah, he admitted that. So it's like, what was the wrong that was righted? Good morning. So happy to see you today. Glad you're in the chat. Andrea, good morning. She only apologized because of her job. She meant what she said the first time. People that ride and die for predators deserve what they get. What Bill did came from his own mouth. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. From Atlantic City. Hey, what's going on? Exactly. Marcella, she only apologized because they were going to hit those pockets and her reputation and brand. But her reputation and brand to me is already, that's tainted to me at this point, because this is not the first time. This is the second time that she's done this. And I mean, how many times do we got to get an apology before we realize this is how she feels, right? Yes, it may have been fun and laughter, and his wife may have visited the studio during the Cosby Show taping, but I mean, what does that prove? It was fun and games with a lot of people when they started being around people who have with the R word or their molesters, but at the end of the day, that still happened to them. So it's just weird. It's like, good morning, Donna. The prosecutor promised him his testimony would not be used to charge him criminally. And that's fine. But again, her statement was just wrong. a wrong was not righted. He still admitted to the fact that he did this. So it just was, it's just eerie. It's like, it almost made me feel like, did she know about this? Or even if someone has told her about this, did she just keep it a secret? Like, it's giving me all kind of rapey vibes. I don't know. Gracefully blessed, she has a daughter. What does that say to her as a young woman? And even that's a good point. Like, what if he was doing this to the cast members of that show? Like, let's take away the 60 women that came out and said that he did this. What if Keisha Knight, Polium, and I can't remember the other girls' real names, but what if the rest of the cast was saying, behind closed doors, this was going on? Then what would she have said? Candy R, we have to stop putting these people on pedestals. Absolutely. We have to remember these folks are imperfect. She is looking at his legacy and not what he did that is messed up. And that's why when people say we could take away the person from the artistry. No, those are the same people. They were just playing pretend at a time. And that's what most predators do. He was loved by all people, black and white, until we saw what he was burying. This is what victims struggle to come forward. This is why I wanted to bring this up, because I'm like, I don't think that either she doesn't understand this, or she's trying to protect the legacy of the Cosby Show because that check's not coming in anymore, or something. But something is not sitting right with me with her coming out and saying this. It's just like, I really want her to be more responsible, and the weight that she holds in the community, I just don't feel like this was okay at all. I do kind of agree about the double jeopardy, but that's not what we're talking about. She has defended his actions. That is wrong. I'm with you on that, but I was just agreeing with the other person who said that. Like, there are two things that can be right: her opinion and this situation. They're both right. Your opinion is your opinion, but what he did is still, he admitted to it. So it's not, yeah. There comes a time and a place where your alliance to a friend draws the line, especially a friend admission of a crime committed against someone. Absolutely. Exactly. She feels that way in her heart, so down in her bone marrow. She used to America's favorite auntie, like, not anymore. I'll just stick with Auntie Debbie, her sister. Yeah. And I also seen someone saying something, maybe been Wendy Williams, saying, people are trying so hard not to bleed this over to her sister, because I know Debbie Allen is not okay with this. Like, I know that we have to know that. I'm glad she hasn't said anything if she does feel like that. But also thinking back to, how hard it is to come out, because you see, when this whole R. Kelly thing came out, or even when this came out, people were like, well, why did you wait so long? But then when you think about this, well, Phylicia Rashad is out here saying, this is bigger than this, or, a wrong is right. Like, all this is like, it's not okay. It's just not okay. So I want to move on to the next thing, because Love B. Scott also reported that Bill Cosby has already been contacted by comedy club owners for a comeback tour no one asked for. It says Bill Cosby has his sexual assault conviction overturned by Pennsylvania Supreme Court on Wednesday after serving less than 3 years of a 3 to 10 year sentence. He spent his first night out of prison fielding congratulatory calls from his celebrity pals, and they said Phylicia Rashad, and shamelessly comedy club owners. They said he stayed up until 2 a.m. telling jokes. Cosby spokesperson Andrew Wyatt said to the Philadelphia Inquirer, this morning he's been talking to a number of promoters and comedy club owners over his breakfast this morning. Wyatt said that the world is welcoming Cosby back, but that couldn't be farther from the truth, because Janice Dickerson spoke out, and she said that I would say, don't be happy with yourself, buddy, because you know what you did to me. Though Cosby has always maintained his innocence, Wyatt said the timing of Pennsylvania Supreme Court's decision Wednesday that led to the comedian's release came as a surprise. Cosby learned of it from a prison guard in the state detention center outside of Collegeville, where he served more than 2 years of a 3 to 10 year sentence. Cosby could face fresh claims for defamation if he goes on tour, according to attorney Lisa Bloom, for claiming vindication from his accusers. That's likely the only reason he hasn't already popped up on someone's awful podcast. So let me ask you guys this. Would y'all go see Bill Cosby at a comedy show? The daughter said he gave her creepy vibes. Lisa, yeah, I remember that. Real situation, real solution. Absolutely. Yeah. I am empathetic to true victims in this situation. The vast majority, 50 plus of these were white women. Yeah. Even to Bill Cosby's free, I feel so bad for still as well. I don't know what that means. Happy 4th of July. Read that one. No, yeah. Nope. Hell no. Nope. Absolutely not. No. There is no city or state in America that would believe a white woman who said a black man yes and drugged them, celebrity or not. They would have went and got him 40, 30, 20 years ago. Well, they didn't start coming out really until now, though. And then they had so many, and you have to realize that the Me Too movement started within the last couple of years. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but also that's probably not true because it was Bill Cosby. I saw him live back in the day. He will still have a career. That's highly weird for you. No, you wouldn't go see him? Absolutely not. Never, ever. Even though Bill Cosby free, I feel bad for the victims. Absolutely. And hell no. You know, I'm always going to sympathize with the victims that went through this with him. It's not hard to come out. It's not hard to speak out because you have people like Phylicia Rashad. You have people that are in the industry that are saying these same things, that are basically saying, he was trying to buy NBC. So this is why this happened. It didn't happen because he really did it. You have people who are calling him Black America's dad. But I mean, if we're all the way honest, Black American dads, they're children. So that's not that doesn't help the case for me. I don't understand why that is even a saying or whatever. I can't see myself finding anything an abuser says funny me either. I do not think he will. I think he may sue. He 83. I doubt he will do a comedy show at this point, but we never know. You never know. They were paid by the powers that be to send him on a humiliation ritual. That's your opinion. Bill needs to sit down and shut up. He did more than enough damage to the minds of sexual abuse victims. I definitely agree. The victims are probably hurting from his actions, while I feel it double standards when it comes to the justice system. And again, I'm not a fan of Bill Cosby. He is guilty of giving women drugs. However, there is no evidence or physical evidence of that. You cannot hold someone guilty because of somebody's word. You have to prove it. Zero evidence. Well, he said that he gave them the Quaaludes. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I mean, he's admitted that. I don't know what you mean by that. Linda, they've been talking about him for years down here in Philly, especially when he used to come to Penn Relays every year. They would say, be careful, don't get caught with Bill Cosby. Yeah, there's too many people that know about this for us to just be sitting here being skeptical about it. I already know the networks are scrambling to be his first interview at the release. I'm pretty sure that they are because, I mean, it's ratings and it's going to give them money. But he's going to have a really good publicist to make sure that he doesn't say anything that is going to jeopardize what is going on, because again, he can get defamation of a defamation suit if he goes on this tour of saying basically what Phylicia Rashad said, a wrong is righted. A lot of celebrities have done wrong and got slapped on the wrist, which is wrong when it comes to victims. Yes, because all of them should be, especially when it comes to this, should be sitting behind bars. Okay, yeah, right, this one. I'm gonna drop the link in here if you guys want to come up. And I just want to hear what you guys have to say. I think that's the wrong one. Hold on. Delete comment. Why is this looking like this? Maybe that's the right one. Oh, I got somebody already. All right. Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, SoDebNair?
What's going on? How you doing,
Happy
man?
4th of July, my brother.
Yeah, same to you.
I just wanted to just touch on the topic instead of just being in the chats.
Okay.
I kind of like, I feel like the justice system is like giving people a pass for their wrongdoings, and this is all just my opinion.
Right.
And, I've been following this story to SoDebNair, and it feels like, celebrities get a pass for their actions. And maybe you can explain that to me, SoDebNair, because you've been in the industry, you know how it works.
I mean, you have to realize it's a money game. You know what I mean? To me, that's my personal opinion. I think it's a money game. Just like when this first started coming out, they were like, "Well, he was trying to buy NBC. What does that have to do with anything?" You know what I mean? He could have been trying to buy the United States. He could have been trying to buy the world. He still did this. He admitted to this, and drugging any man, woman, cat, dog, rabbit is wrong. And then having sex with them because they don't have the right to give you, they can't give you consent. So I mean, regardless, to me, it's a money game. People want opportunities. And just like, some of those women may have went to visit him for the opportunities because a lot of the stories are, because I even saw someone in the comments say, people said, be careful around him, but people kept going. Just like the girls with the R. Kelly thing, they kept going there, even though they knew this was going on. At the end of the day, people want opportunities and they're hoping that this is wrong. In their right mind, they want to do this. And as speaking for myself, I do this all the time. I want to see the good in people. But then when this happens to you, it's like, dang, like I really fell for this,
But SoDebNair, isn't it like a slap in the face to the victims?
It is a slap in the face to the victims, but they also made a deal with him. So this is why he got out. But I mean, from what I read, he still has other cases that he has to get through. So,
you know what I don't get, SoDebNair? Whatever happened to that law where statute of limitation? I never understood that with these certain cases. I thought there's a statute of limitation when it comes to cases.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me look this up.
And I always like what you say, SoDebNair. Don't always shy of the victims. They go through it a lot too. I respect that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to come out as a victim of any of this because it's like, you don't want people to look. First of all, the first thing you don't want is for people to say that they don't believe you, right? Because that's already that damages a person. Because if it really happened to you, now you've already spoken out, and if this is someone who everybody loves, you're the bad guy. So yeah, I mean, I'm always going to go with the victims until it's proven that this is not true.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of you, SoDebNair, just from your perseverance, man, from all the other situations that you went through. Because I know what was going on, and I'm just proud of you, man. I respect you for that, man.
I appreciate it.
I only really came on SoDebNair because I just wanted to chime in.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to read the statute of limitations because I don't really know what that is, but
with statute of limitation, it's so many other years that the actions have been happening, and then they can't bring it up. That's what it really is.
Yeah, but I thought they changed that for when the Me Too movement started, though.
Yes, you're right, SoDebNair. That's so true. You're right about that.
So, I mean, and that's actually, to me, that's a good thing because, again, back in that time, this was normal. You know, I mean, think about if you watched the Aretha Franklin movie, you
Yes.
know, allegedly, we don't know who actually gave her a baby
Right.
at that first baby. I mean, I've heard that it was her father, allegedly, but you know, we don't know who that. We don't know, but
Right.
she was absolutely underage at that time.
Right.
You know, and so you have to look at that because at that time it was normal, but you also have to realize that back then these women and these men were coming out of slavery. They were used to this kind of thing.
Yes. Yes. So debonair.
You know what I mean? But that's not an excuse to keep doing it because when the white people were doing it to us, it was wrong, you know.
Right.
So just because you black don't give you the right to violate me.
And you know one thing that I wanted to touch on, so debonair, you've seen me in the comments before, and I was the one that had wrote that comment. Why does it take so long for the victims to come out? And you elaborated on it and explained it to me like you can never tell a victim how long it takes to come out from their situation. That's one thing that I learned about these articles and these stories.
Yeah, I mean, take if even my story, for example, I was told that, you know, if I spoke up that I would be taken from my mother, right? So out of fear, I never said anything because I love my mother. I don't want to be separated from my mom. So I never said anything until I was able to be an adult, and my mom, that wasn't an option.
Yes, I get it, man.
So you never know what the victims have been told. You don't know what they've been through. Sometimes, you know, this causes other traits in people who are who have gone through this, and they become promiscuous. It comes out in different type of ways, so you just don't know, and you can't fault them for their time frame of when they come out. You don't know if they have been they shut down on the inside. Some people have like I can't even say the word, but they have put it in a box and they set it to the side,
Yep.
and they haven't even thought about it because it mentally they can't handle it.
Yes. Yes, so debonair. And you know what I learned so debonair? It's all coming from fear. Their fear of their victimized.
Yeah. Because I mean, they could be telling them they're going to kill them. They could be telling them that, you know, they're going to spread rumors about them. You know, one of my abusers told my mom, "You never know," and then you don't know what people are going to believe.
Yes. Yes. But hey, so debonair.
Hmm?
I just wanted to chime in on the topic, but I want to go and enjoy my 4th of July. I salute to you, brother. Keep doing
I
your thing,
appreciate
man.
it. I appreciate it. Have a good day, man. All right, Crystal says she has a damn right to have an open opinion, just like LGBT, etc. The Me Too groups, my groups, your groups. Damn, she spoke for her friend, her personal experience, but was a wrong righted. Sleepy Time Sound Night. They found him guilty on evidence they could not use. His disposition was sealed, and he could not be found guilty on the evidence. You were not supposed to hear that evidence because it was sealed. And that's fine. We weren't supposed to hear it, but we heard it. So we heard it. I also feel he needs to go live out his life quietly. Anything publicly at this point would be rubbing it in the victim's faces. That's very true. I just do see a tour. What would it change? I just don't see it to where what would it change that could be bad for him. I mean, if he starts making jokes about him getting off, that could turn really bad. Stephanie Mills made a statement that if HU wants to fire Phylicia, then maybe they should give back the millions Cosby donated as well. Why? I mean, maybe he should give it to the victims. Damn right, Star. He was released from prison because his testimony in the civil case was used against him by another prosecutor in a criminal case that was alleged. Technically, he's still guilty. And I believe that the prosecutor that he made the agreement with stopped being the prosecutor, or something happened with the prosecutors changing. And then the person who came in after that didn't make that agreement, which is why he ended up going to jail. He agreed to admit to giving that woman quaaludes because the DA said he would not be prosecuted. The new prosecutor was looking to make a name for themselves and overlook the rules of the law. Yeah, but again, they changed the prosecutors, and that prosecutor who came in wasn't down for it. So I mean, he agreed to it, but every people, I mean, even him admitting to it, people who weren't affected by him, physically, still knew about this. When people say, "Be careful, the streets are speaking the truth," that's true. He's out of jail for a technicality, not because he's innocent of anything. And I hope everyone realizes that and really think about he didn't do anything because he's guilty. That's right. And I think that that's the main thing is that, yes, he's out because of the technicality, but he still did this, you know. And I think that's the most important part. Yes, he's out of jail. You guys got well, the people that are supporting him got what you wanted. He's out of jail, but he still did it, Proof he's guilty. He said it. When you are trying to come up, we do see things clear. We don't see things clear. It's why you need to use wisdom and discernment, but that goes out when you looking for a come up. I do agree with this, and especially back in that time, because those people back there, they needed leverage in the industry. Now you can go on YouTube and make it. You can make your own music and post your music on the streaming services. People will find you. Just, I mean, what's the guy's name? Chance the Rapper's a really good example of that. So now it's different, but back then things were harder for those people. So yes, that is true, but that still doesn't make it right. That because I had to go to Bill Cosby to get an acting career, I needed to I had to get drugged and this, so sleepy time. He admitted to his crime. Wake up, sleepy time. Absolutely. Yes, too much time has passed for some of the victims to press charges. I don't think it's never too much time. I mean, it still happened, and that's they still live with that. So I mean, if there was a time frame on the trauma, then I would agree with you, but there's not a time frame on the victims and what they've gone through in life. And again, the only reason why I speak on this is because I know my own personal story, and I didn't speak about it when it happened to me. When I was in my teenage years, I didn't speak about this until I was in my mid-20s. So I don't know. I don't know if I can agree. Fear keeps victims quiet. Absolutely. When you have money, you have power. That's very true. One woman told her story. She was married to that white lifter that played the Hulk. She went to a party with her agent, Bill Cosby's party. She didn't finish it. Give the donations to victims. I agree with that. Yep. Thanks for letting me join and give my opinion. Happy 4th of July, brother. No problem, man. Anytime. He was convicted on sexual assault, not rape. And that's fine. Either way. She's not sincere. There is no everyone. I never love Rashad. I don't feel like the apology was sincere at all. Yes, but after he signed the agreement, the law made it that he should not have been prosecuted, which is what I'm saying. Him getting out of jail based off of the technicality, it's fine. But let's not negate the fact that he did this. The prosecution also was involved with Trump's case in New York, which caused that change in technicalities with the conflict. He is in trouble as well. Okay. Regret is not okay. That's how he got out. You're right. It's crazy that cases of abuse can be time barriered. In the UK, we have no statute of limitation on sex crimes because it can take so long for victims to be able to come forward. And I think that a lot of people, he said it, Justin, he said it, whether he lied and said it because they were going to tell him that he wasn't going to be able to get it, he wasn't going to be put in jail. He still said it. And there are 60 women who said it. So what other proof do you need? Yes, please hit that like button. This is a man supporting the women. Absolutely. I never admitted to sexual assault or the R word. He said, I think he meant he never admitted to sexual assault or the R word. He said it was consensual thousands of people accused Jesus, but he was innocent. So we're going to compare Bill Cosby to Jesus. Is that what we're really going to do? You got it, Marcella. Hello, dear. I need everyone to hit that like button. Please hit the like button. It's known in Hollywood circles that he was doing this. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even just the victims who are telling you that this has happened. Many of people are. I mean, this are the same people who are saying R. Kelly knew this, but we visually watched him pee on a little girl. So I don't understand. I don't get this. Like, y'all are really like just taking me out of the loop now. Hey, Marcella.
Good morning. Let me tell you something what people don't understand. Hollywood, not Hollywood. Hollywood, just like in Atlanta, they have these mansion parties, and the women really didn't sign up to do these things, but then they got caught out there. And these women explain most of these assaults happen in hotel rooms of Bill Cosby and happen in his home. And I guess when they came there, they felt like this is not what they wanted to do. But this happens all the time, y'all, with these young rappers, and these girls get with them. Look at my hair. I had a rap. These young girls get with them. And sometimes, the law has to be laser specific. You go with these young rappers, and then when they don't want to be with you, you holler. This what happened to me. So, but these women that came out was sincere. They were afraid of the backlash of Hollywood. And so for Phylicia Rashad to say that, she should say, look, I worked with him and he never did this to me, but she should have kept her mouth closed. But she's only recanting because of her students. But, in college, this happens a lot. This happens on every campus, whether it's Columbus, Xavier, the university I went to, and girls are afraid to come ahead because these people might be ball players, hockey players, for the school, and they don't want to be embarrassed. So now this lawyer who always jump on these cases against these celebrity men
is saying,
okay, yes, Lisa Bloom's mom. He may got away with it in Massachusetts and over there, but I'm going to try to charge him in LA. It's not going to work. Not going to work because you got to understand Bill Cosby belongs to the billionaire club. And what people may not believe, there's a whole island where these men go over and congregate. Do you see any women coming out against Bill Gates? No. Do we know if Harvey Weinstein is still in jail? No, there's been no reports on him. Do we really know if Jeffrey Epstein is really dead? No. Look, our 45th president, women came out against him, and these women were discredited. So to have another woman come out and do this, it is going to discredit future victims. If one of her students, this happened to one of her students, they're not going to trust her. Especially if it's the dean of the school who did it. She's going to say, are you sure, baby? Or, she shouldn't have came out. This happens in all these circles. In my community, listen, in my own neighborhood, I know where they have wife swap parties.
They have clubs like that here in Atlanta.
Yeah, so what happens when one of these wives tell their husbands, I don't want to do this anymore? And she said, this guy brutally did this to me, R-word me. She's going to get ousted. And when you try to bring it against this other rich dude, they're going to say, you participated in this for so long. So I feel sorry for the victims. And this is, again, trauma. Now they're really going to be scared to come out and talk. And I just thank God this never happened to me. But you know what? Phylicia Rashad has been angry with women for a very long time, especially when her husband left her for an older white woman, and to satisfy her, they threw her a bag. They gave her more money than Rashad would have ever given her. Threw her a bag, and she shut up in silence and got old and splurged her money, and now she's working.
Yeah.
What happens when it happens to her only daughter?
Yeah. Then she's gonna be sitting on, and then how is she gonna look if she says it? You know.
Yep, you're right. But I want to thank you yesterday for coming through. It ain't
no
gonna be our
problem.
last time. I'm planning on Tuesday getting Bishop to come through. I got to talk to him to talk in mental health and childhood trauma on a biblical. And I'm just excited to see what we are all doing. I love it. And you supporting women is awesome.
You know, I'll
I
be
love
there.
it. I know. Don't make me cry, boy. Bye.
Lindsay says Bill definitely is a R word, but I don't think the majority of the victims are telling the truth. I pray for the ones being honest. Yeah, I mean, you know, there may have been some people who lied about it, but I mean, who are we to even say that? You know, even if it was just one out of the 60s, one of them, it happened. You know, and that's all that really matters. And if it took all 60 of the people for that one person to come out, then that's what should have happened. People defending him are victimizing the victim again. I agree. The first victim who took him to court, she cannot receive any more monetary money. She settled and paid $3.4 million before this trial that convicted Cosby. I mean, honestly, if you think about think about this, like think about him actually being convicted and then getting out. You know, did she make the wrong decision? At least she got something for her troubles, because I'm telling you, a person who has been through this is a lifelong journey to get over with. It's not something that you go through and then, you know, it's just over one day. You like, just forget about it. It's not like that. And even if you compartmentalize it, it still comes out in other ways. So, I mean, I don't really fault that lady for doing that. Legal time frame. Let me say this. I had two friends and an associate who were service workers who were hired by his staff for various jobs. They all said he was a complete a-hole to them and wanted a white business service. A lot of people said that he was. I don't know what that's about. To each his own. Absolutely. You know, I'm not judging anybody on how they feel, but I'm just explaining to you guys that, one, you cannot tell people who have been through this how to feel. You can't tell them when to talk about it, and you can't also say that the person who they're saying that did this to them. I mean, I could see if it was one person and you guys on the fence, but it's 60 women, guys. Like, come on now, somebody ain't lying. Somebody's not lying. If it was consensual, there would have been no narcotics needed. Absolutely, because I mean, why? You're right. Good morning, Marcella. Hey, Marcella. This was his karma. Hello, all. Yes, by you, gal. Good morning, Marcella. I heard that, so I'm hardly missing what you guys said. I just want to wrap this day all night like this. Marcella's there. Hey, y'all. The school keeps it quiet because they don't want a bad reputation, right? And I'm pretty sure that people are joining that school because of her too. And because, well, before probably because of the money that he was putting into that school. They protect each other. Very true. There's a lot of creeps, a lot. And some of these comments are creepy. Yes, it do. So they are going to feel comfortable talking to her about it. Good morning. Yes, they protect each other. Wow. Thanks for the super chat. You look good, Marcella. She was looking good. Marcella was looking amazing. Marcella, it's crazy you made that Epstein comment because my coworker and I just talked about that at work. Yeah, because we don't know any of that. I mean, uncomfortable about talking to her. This makes everything take. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. And it takes people who have experienced this 10 steps back too, because now they don't feel safe. And this is the worst. This is what the reason why, because now, you know, he's out of jail. People are on the fence like, well, did he did it or did he not do it? And then he's out of jail. So now people are like, well, he got out. So, you know, he just told it so he didn't have to go to jail, but he's out now. So it makes people who have been through this not want to speak, because look at Bill. He done got out of jail. I believe he did it, but if the main woman that was the face of the case was more attractive, they would be willing to listen. That I agree with that. Didn't know that. That's really sad. Yes. Hey, Rick, I keep on trying to get your Instagram, man. I need you to inbox me, DM me on Instagram. If that washed up supermodel wouldn't have spoken, the victims wouldn't be questioned. Janice, yeah, because she does have a lot of drug problems and all that stuff. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I agree with that. Everyone's hurt is their own. Even in inappropriate touch could feel like the R word to some people. That's very true. No amount of money makes it better. It doesn't, but I'm just saying, think about the fact that let's say that at this situation, you know, he got out of jail and people are still saying that he didn't do it. I mean, at least you can fall back on that. I mean, it doesn't make it any better, but at least you got something for your troubles. To me, I mean, I don't think that it makes it better or anything, because I don't think there's no amount of money that could deal with the trauma. That's not enough money for counseling to deal with that, you know. So I agree with you. You are absolutely right. He settled on this last case also. Here's my question. Since he made a plea deal and they broke it, can he get his money back? I think his money should go to the victims. Everyone doesn't tell the same lie. That's very true. He put a lot of money into Temple University also through the years. They canceled him quick. I think people need to really read the disposition. Janet Dickinson, I think she was already on drugs from other stuff going on in Hollywood. So I'm wondering if hers was true, or she could be on drugs because of that. I mean, he may not be the only person, but we don't know. I mean, I don't know her story, and I can't tell her story. So I mean, what you're asking is a very valid question. It's a very valid question. Like how the heck they missed his prior plea deal. I have no idea. He admitted to doing it and plead out, paid her, and was on his way before the prosecutor 3 years later decided to go after him. I agree. So there is no time limit on a person's trauma. It's not. I mean, that's even if you get a cajillion dollars, that trauma still sits there. So nobody will ever make you feel safe. Listen to these comments. Why would anyone come forward? Who is there to trust? Sometimes actually saying out loud is therapeutic, and I'll give you that from my own personal experience. Saying it out loud and actually letting people know what happened does do that. And the reason why I feel like after the first person said something, more people came out is because in my own personal experience, when I said something, more people started telling me, oh, this happened to me, into detail, telling me what had happened. And the people that I'm talking to are not even celebrity people, and they ain't gonna get no $1 million off of what was told to me. So Bill Cosby is thinking about suing the city. Well, good luck with that, Bill Cosby. My opinion, truly innocent people wouldn't keep paying these settlements. Very true. Victims are hesitant to come forward against a famous, wealthy person. Yes, because that can bury you. That can bury you, and you won't even be able to walk around because you're going to be the person who sit down Bill Cosby. That's a dangerous mindset to have. What about the rappers that talk about giving girls Molly, which also causes they need to be in jail too? The woman who received the $3.4 million was the woman who got him put in jail. She testified and he was convicted. Most of them signed NDAs to never speak on this. Okay, that's good information because I didn't know that, Marcella. I believe the victims. I believe them too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sad look how the victims go on trial and their lives are dissected, no matter what that one woman was, she still could have been telling the truth. That's very true. And I hate that people won't at least try to acknowledge that. Money does not heal the pain. It absolutely does not. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Again, they could pay me. Everybody in the world can empty up their bank accounts and put it in my account. It does not heal the fact that this happened to me and the trauma that I went through, or the depression that I went through, and I'm probably still going through it at this point. We all know something happened, and so does Cosby, and so does Phylicia Rashad. God is making him pay now with health and others. I haven't heard anyone mention what the prisoners did to him. Look it up about the drumsticks news outlet reports it. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Saying it out loud, even when no one believes it, is therapeutic. That is so true. You have to forgive them without an apology. Yes, it's hard. It's a hard thing to go through. Yes. If you guys look at my video I did about how Faith Evans changed my life, I talk about this. The cast of the Cosby Show needs to sue him. Some of that money, that if they give it back, needs to go to them too, and not Phylicia Rashad. Saying innocent people would not keep paying settlements is dangerous. Explain. It's very dangerous. Yes, they F him up. This is very dangerous. And again, you can't always make people understand how traumatizing something is that they haven't been through. Which is why a lot of times I kind of pay a lot of these comments what they are, because if they haven't been through it or don't know someone who's been through it, and a lot of people may know someone who's done it to other people and still are writing for the people like Phylicia Rashad is doing, it's hard to level with them. And so you have to, I just would have my kids around you, or my sisters, my mothers, my aunties, my cousins, nothing. I wouldn't do it. People are not understanding the money does show a minutes of guilt. They don't. And the fact that, I mean, that's the least that he could have done was pay that money, because again, no amount of money can pay for the trauma that you go through when this type of thing happens to you. So, they could be broke or be a gajillionaire. They still have that trauma that they have to sit with every single day. Does anybody else want to come up here before I sign off? I just wanted to make sure, and I just wanted to touch on this. Again, my question was, how do we hold Phylicia Rashad accountable for her comments? And would you guys go to a comedy show that Bill Cosby's doing? They do not put the R word in general population. The public don't realize that they are all in a oh, okay. That makes sense, because they probably would do the same to them, because I've heard that. Does anyone know if his wife Camille is still with him, or has she filed for divorce while he was in jail? I believe she was with him when they picked him up. Because I think I read something about someone saying they're surprised that she wasn't gone or something like that. Let me see if I can Google that real quick. Because we still married to Camille. Because he's going to be free man after the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court overturned. She was on Wednesday, 30th, and it appears he will be able to go home to his wife. No, so she's still with him. She is still with him. She is still with him, I think. Yeah, that this was reported 4 days ago on intouch.com. They said that he's going home to her. No, she was not with them when they picked him up. Yeah, I know it was something about her still being around though. I definitely would not go to or even watch a comedy show if he does one. I couldn't do it. There's no question he did it. He admitted it on paper, and Phylicia was probably a victim that never wants to admit it. Some people handle it differently. That is very true, Stockholm. That is very true. And I don't know if he did do it or not. Allegedly, I don't even know if I need to say allegedly with that, but that is very true. You never know, because people, that could be a possibility. I never did. He was all about whites until he got on trouble, and then he wanted to back him up. Yeah, because he was going off about people sagging for a while. If that is the way she feel, who are we to tell her not to feel that way? As no one is to tell you others how to feel about the situation. Well, again, like I said, two things can be true. One, she may feel like a wrong was righted, but we also do know that he did do this, so that's all I'm saying. Did you see the letter Rashad wrote? Yeah, I just read that letter on earlier on the video. No, I would not support him in any way, and she needs to feel some repercussions. Maybe she will learn to keep her opinions to herself. I agree. Hey, King SoDebNair, keep spitting that fire content. Thank you so much. Bill Cosby is innocent. Okay. Maybe the Cosbys have always had an open marriage. You never know. Sherelle from the talk said everyone knew that what he was all about. Yeah, and they always all talked about that couch. Allegedly, always put that in your comments. Yeah, that's why I said allegedly. She really should have kept her to herself. Lost so much respect for her. I did too. Okay, how many times you want? One more time, and I'm gonna have to block you. Maybe she fed him victims to spare herself. Okay. Why did I think this? And like literally, because this is her second time doing this, this is what crossed my mind. And if you look at the celebrities that have been doing, like the big celebrities that have been doing this, they had someone doing this, and she is one of those women who give off that motherly figure. The women trusted her. I would not put this past her. Allegedly, I mean, I couldn't. I don't know. I'm with you on this. I don't know. He was proven innocent in the court of law. Okay. That's enough of that. Protect yourself, YouTube nephew. Nothing but love. Absolutely. I'm definitely doing that. Okay, not supporting a comedy tour. He should sit down and eat his pudding. Absolutely. Nope, not innocent. Phylicia gives Mr. What's that? Y'all, okay, I can't support people doing, like, okay, I get it if you wrote it one time, but keep on putting it in here. I can't do it. So I had to block Sashay Shantae. Sashay on over to somebody else's page. I wonder how his wife feeling about him being out after those years, him being in jail. She might still want her freedom and just act like she want him as a husband. Who knows? He knows he did some of that ish, right? Makes sense. She could have been his. That's what I'm saying. So she isn't supposed to say how she feel. Everyone else is saying how she feel. They are saying that, but they're not repeating it over and over and over and over and over again. Like I said, okay, one more time. We don't have to keep saying it. And she's saying the same thing over and over again. It's not like she's saying something different. I'm confused because they report on the news his wife moved everything out and took the cooks and the housekeeper with her. So now she ran back to him. She is sick also. This is spooky, but sounds true. Many women are sacrificing victims, and she may well have been a victim. Also scared. That's very true. Sorry, LOL. Phylicia gives that woman who helped Epstein. That's what I was thinking. Oh my God, that's what I was thinking. She was spamming the chat. It's annoying. Yes, like y'all know that like I don't mind people giving their opinions about whatever it is, but don't spam people's chats. I mean, it's across the board. Everybody on YouTube says this. Don't spam. If you say, and I read the comment like 3 times, so it's not like I didn't see it. I read it 3 times. Just don't spam. Wife ain't giving up that at all, but you handle your platform very well. You don't have to take spam. I don't, One day people will learn that she was wrong for what she said, period. It was. I mean, I can't change how people feel, All I can do is give my experience. I can read you guys' comments on how you feel. I can agree to disagree, and I can agree and I can disagree on things. But, trying to drill it into my head, I'm not doing that. Make your own channel for that. Thank you for the super chat, Melinda. Hey, you have to do what you have to do. I thought his wife was living someplace else. Maybe she is, but I know, like I said, that article that I just read, that was from 4 days ago. So maybe she did, but I don't know, maybe that article is wrong, but I know that article that I just read was from 4 days ago. Yes, I am almost at 6K. I think I'm at like 14 away, I think. Oh, I'm only 10 away now, guys. I'm 10 subscribers away from hitting 6K. So why we don't have the same outrage for other rapists such as Trump? I believe all of them should be in jail, but why certain folks? I don't think that we don't have the same rage, but because I think that people were outraged with Trump, but we never got a court case with Trump for any of this. So that's why people can't really do that, because people were waiting on him to get out of office, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. But also, I think with the Black community, we try to hold our people accountable. It's just not that with the other community. So I don't know. Bill is a joke. That is what I thought also. I heard she's still with him also. Yeah, that's what I just read. The wife didn't visit him once in 3 years. He was in jail, nor was she home when he got home. I hope she's not there, honestly. I can't remember where I read this, but I heard that Camille's health is also not in good, just like Bill's health. So maybe that's why she went back to him to live the family home. Or maybe he went back to the family home. Well, and maybe she's making him make other arrangements once he gets back. And maybe I don't really know how it works. But don't they have to go live with someone? Or maybe he's not on probation. I don't know. Let me subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you turn on notifications. And when you turn on notifications, make sure you hit all, guys. Yes, I'm like 10 away. I'm 10 away from some 6K. Jonathan Ford, there are different rules for them. They protect themselves. Absolutely. Hi there from Denver. Hey, what's going on? You're good. Oops. You're good. You're doing a good job. It's been a minute since I last heard anything on his wife. Yeah, she hasn't. She's been really quiet. Come on now, y'all know the justice system is a ratchet imbalance across. Yeah, absolutely. We all know that. I think his wife looked the other way. I think so too. Hey, send a couple of subs your way. Your voice soothes me as I get my bag. Thank you. First time he a black man tried to buy NBC, they killed his son. Second time he tried to buy NBC, they labeled him a racist. And this is deeper than y'all think. Listen, we don't know the facts about any of this stuff. All we do know is that 60 women came out, and at least one of them ain't lying. This is my own personal opinion. You are a good person. Keep reporting this. Let's keep talking about our statement. I want to follow this as well. The problem is the effect this one man has on so many people. Yeah. Bayou Girl, thank you for the super chat. Y'all, let's share this live and get his subs up. Please. I would really appreciate it. All right, y'all. I got to get out here because I got to get ready for work. But I just want to get in here and share this morning and talk to you guys, see how you guys felt about it. If you guys are going to catch the replay, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about Phylicia Rashad's comments and her, her whole involvement with the situation. Also, let me know, would you go see Bill Cosby's comedy show? I personally, I just could not do it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Again, when you turn on notifications, make sure you hit all. Also, make sure you support my channel. You can super chat me. You can also do Cash App, and also the Zelle information is right here, guys. I'm gonna try to find some stuff to do in the mornings. I'm trying to get this channel together, but there's so much stuff I want to do. But I actually like this morning, so I'll try to do this a little bit more often. But make sure you guys, again, support the channel, subscribe. I'm almost at 6K. When I get to 10K, I want to do a giveaway. So please make sure you guys tell your friends about the channel. Hey, tell me these last few comments. Hey, SoDebNair. Have an amazing day. You as well. I'm new to your channel. Good job. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this stuff, and I hope you subscribe and turn notifications on all. No. Thank you for the discussion. No problem. I got you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, DM me on Instagram. I'm SoDebNair. That's Debonair with no O on all social media, but Instagram is probably where you get the fastest response. Yep, he was getting ready to do big things, but that's no excuse. Have a great day. Listen, super late. Catch the replay. Congratulations on 6K speaking in its existence. Have a great day. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be there by the end. I'm believing I'm gonna be there by the end of the day. All right, we're gonna speak that into existence. By the end of the day, we're gonna be at 6K. Do not forget to look up about the drumstick. I won't. All right, guys, I'm out. I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.